What is going on, guys? It's Camellia117 here, and today I'll be giving you guys a 2014 Zombie deck profile. Uh, yeah, it's pretty good deck, I'd say. Obviously this is my own builds. It's not like all the other builds. It's a little bit different, I guess you could say. But yeah, it does pretty well, I'd say. So without further ado, I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get into the Zombie deck profile. So start off, we have two Zombie Master, main zombie guy to get your plays going and shit, XE, Synchros, all of that. Uh, really good. Makes your opponent waste the Fiendish or Veilers on him. So, yeah. Two Zombie Master. Then we got free Pyramid Turtle. You want to run free because you always want to try to open up with him so you can get your searches on. But yeah, he's really good. Just just search out everything in your deck. So free Pyramid Turtle. Thanks to the 2014 ban list, we're able to run free Mizuki, which is really awesome. Obviously, you can pitch it with Zombie Master, which is awesome. Or you can actually just summon it and just poke your opponent for 1700 if they have an empty field, but some back row. So you'll have to waste something to destroy it, unless it's like a dimensional prism. Then you know shit happens and it gets banished, and that just sucks. But thankfully you have free, so it's not that big of a deal if that does happen. So free Mizuki. Then we got one Plague Spreader Zombie. I really like running one. I'm not a big fan of running two because I find that Plague Spreader Zombie is not bad, I'd say, but it's iffy. Like that's kind of the reason why he kind of went back to free, because he's not that OP anymore. So yeah, I've always ran just one Plague Spreader Zombie, and usually I can just abuse him with just Mizuki and Book of Life and stuff. So it's not really that big a deal just running one. So just one Plague. You can always run two if you'd like. If you want to be fancy, go ahead. A little random. One Illblood. This card is good and sucks at the same time. It's good when you have like Pyramid Turtle gone and you can search for it and make a play next turn by normal summoning it and special summoning it and so on and so forth. But it's also bad because you don't want to be drawing it. If you draw it, you're gonna not want to be tributing for it, and it's just a deck card in your hand. So yeah, that sucks. One more good thing about him is that until you normal summon him, he's just going to be a normal monster, meaning Fiendish Chain won't work on him. So you can just poke your opponent for 2100 if all they have is Chain on the field. But usually they'll Mirror Force it or something to get rid of it. That kind of sucks. That's the other bad part about it. He's going to die because he's just that good and bad at the same time. So one Illblood. Then we got one Spirit Reaper, because you can search for it and it's just a wall. It can stall obviously, and it can poke and cause your opponent to discard a card, which which can really turn a duel around sometimes if need be, if you're lucky. Then we're gonna have one Endless Decay. Really good. It can get really big when your opponent has 8,000 or 6,000 life points. He's like an OTK beater. If your opponent doesn't really have a good hand, it can be that. But yeah, it's really good. Just don't get chained or Veiler, because then he just goes down to 0. So yeah, that just sucks. Okay, those are the zombies. On to other stuff. We're gonna have one TG Striker. He also went to free, but I also just like running one. So I like running the one Plague and the one Striker. I just find it to be a combo in my opinion. So yeah. Then we're gonna have one Neospatian Grand Mole, because he gets rid of like everything and he doesn't target at all. And he's like a Cataster, except it's destroying it. It's just bringing it back to your opponent's hand. And sometimes that can really help when you're going for game. get rid of like a defensive monster your opponent has and put it back in your hand and like attack for game or something with like endless decay or some shit. So it's really good. That's why he's at 1, obviously. One hand trap, and that is Gores. I find that sometimes you can draw really bad hands in zombies, but when you have Gores in your hand with your bad hands, it's like not that bad. So yeah, 1 Gores. Then we're gonna have 2 Fencing Fire Ferret. This card is, in my opinion, way better than Snowman Eater. Snowman Eater, you have to, when it flipped up, you have to blow up a face-up monster, meaning anywhere on the field, and then that was a requirement. You had to do it, which sucks because you would actually have to blow itself up sometimes if it was the only thing on the field. With Fire Ferret, you can just poke your opponent for 17, and if it dies, if it dies, it dies. But if your opponent has like something on the field and you like crash itself, you can blow your opponent monster up and inflict 500. So it's like a burner and Snowman Eater and Raikou in 1 kind of thing. Also another level 4 that helps with level 4 plays. Then we're gonna have 1 Redox Dragon Ruler of Boulders. With all the Earth monsters in here, it's a really good card. Yeah, really help with the special summoning from Gravemoor and big defense on them. So I like that. Okay, those are monsters. Onto spells. Sorry, my throat's feeling kind of funny. We have 2 Pile Duality. Obviously make the deck faster. 2 Creature Swap. This card's amazing. Swap over your shitty shit for your opponent's good shit, and crash into your shitty shit with your opponent's good shit. So yeah, pretty good. Free MST, since a lot of competitive decks out there run quite a bit of back row just to stop like everything. Having free MST is really good to help stop that shit and help you make your plays. So yeah, free MST. 2 Book of Life is really good. It's a DD Crow monster reborn for zombies. Yeah, not really much you can say about that. Just really good card. Then we're gonna have Mind Control, Book of Moon, and Dark Hole. Those are the spells. Onto the traps. We have Solemn Warning, Bottomless, Mirror Force, 2 Magic Cylinder. It's, in my opinion, a really trolly good card. I love just setting this, let your opponent sorry. Let your opponent attack you and just use this, and your opponent just basically attacked himself. Really piss off. 2 Phoenix Chain, 1 Compulse, and 2 7 Tools of the Bandit. Because when I'm like attacking and shit, and you're gonna Mirror Force or Deep Prison or Compulse, whatever, I don't like that. I like having an answer to protect me. And Dark Bribe, in my opinion, is a really bad card. So yeah, this is better. So okay, that is the main deck. Onto the extra deck. We have Red Dragon Archfiend. With the new Ghost Trick support coming out, he's going to be really good just to get rid of all those face downs because they love to hide. So he's going to be really good for that. Also, he's 3000, so we can get pretty beasty. Darkened Dragon, obviously. Colossal Fighter. Yeah. Gaia Knight, Force of Earth. Really good level 6, I would find, in my opinion, because he's really big for level 6, and he has no effect, so have fun with your Phoenix Chain. Flameville, or Flameville, I can never say his last name because it's fucking retarded. I never hardly ever bring him out. Sometimes I'll bring him out, sometimes I won't. Depends on what I'm facing. But basically all he does is when he attacks defense position monster, put battle damage to him from the difference. And he'll gain 300 attack, so he'll get bigger. But yeah, I'll hardly ever use him. Very rarely. Since we have TG Striker, I love putting in a tray of Brachyon. Sometimes when you just have a shit ton of things in your graveyard and you have a Plague or Mizuki in hand and a Striker, it's really good to be able to make Brachyon in case the opponent has a big back row and you just have a huge ass graveyard and be like, oh, I don't give a shit, just banish everything. So yeah. Iron Chain Dragon, really good for millage. Just don't use it for decks that rely on millage, like Light Zorns and shit. Then we have one LF Justice Cataster, because it's Cataster. Okay, on to the XCs. I don't have very many level 3s, like 2, but you know. One Mech-Equipped Engineer, one line of Zen mains, and one Levier. Obviously you need Levier for your Mizuki plays and shit, and Zen mains because he's fucking Zen mains. And this guy, I don't know really, I guess to protect Endless Decay in case I'm going in or some shit. Well, not going in, attacking. And then for level 4s, we're gonna have one Poppy, Photon Poppy, one Fiddlestorm Roach. He's really good against synchro decks and shit, and things with high levels like Dark Worlds and fairies and shit can really slow him down. One Fairy King. Again, there's quite a bit level 4 Earths, so he's a really good choice to make. And one Utopia. Alright guys, that is my 2014 zombie deck profile. Hopefully be making another video sometime this month or next month, one of the two. And yeah, this is Chameleon117 signing out.